G'day guys, my name's Josh, and this is Charge Up and Camp Out. It's nice to meet everybody. This is going to be the first video of my channel. As I just introduced myself, I am Josh. This is Charge Up and Camp Out. Basically the premise of this channel that I want it to be is really just involved with doing camping. Like, not anything particularly rugged, I'll be honest, but it uses the capabilities of electric cars, given that I believe electric cars and camping are highly unutilized in what could be something that could be really normalized. So that's more or less what I want to do, is I want to highlight the benefits of using an electric car with your camping setup, which I will hopefully show in a convincing way. And this is what I'll be using to show you the benefits of it. So this is my BYD Atto 3 extended range. Now, I know it's not the flashiest electric car, it is not the fastest, it is not the sleekest, it hasn't got the biggest battery, hasn't got the fastest charging. It's not the best at everything, but it is at a good price. It's an affordable price for a mid-sized SUV. Brand new, I think they're just under $50,000 at the moment for the newer year models. But I was able to get this one after a trade-in for about 30 grand. So it was a really good bargain on my end, because they were about 51 grand when I got it. This is a 2022 model, but it's the one thing about this car that puts it above other cars, especially Teslas and Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model Y. Tesla Model Y being the most popular car in the world at the moment, is what is behind here. And that may just look like a charge port, granted, but is vehicle to load. And the benefit of vehicle to load is that you can run almost anything off of it. So you have an adapter and you plug it into the car, and it'll have, well, the one that I have at the very least has 2 electric outlets that come with it. So that's 2 things you can plug into it, plus any other extension cables that you can put into it. And you can run any home appliance, you can run anything that goes into a normal household socket, you can run off of this, which is the thing that really led me to want to do electric car camping, which I guess most people would call glamping or extra glamping, but that's what allowed me to do things. I don't need fuel, I don't need a generator, I don't need any of those kind of things to do any sort of cooking or lighting or anything. Everything I need, I could run off of my car. And not for a lot of electricity either. It's quite economical using it. It doesn't use heaps of power, and I'll usually show you exactly what I can use off of this car. I'll show you every electrical piece that I can use for it. And what I'll show you right now, right there, that is 77%. That's what I'm starting off with. It is 77% battery. I'm doing a 1-night camp, and after the end of my camp, I'm going to show you how much battery I have left. Like, through everything that I use, how much I've got left, just to give that kind of like rough idea. So yeah, so it's currently 1 o'clock exactly. That's actually fantastic. 1 o'clock exactly, 77%. Let's see what we get in the end. And now I'll actually show off exactly what it is that I've got for my whole camping setup. So first thing first, as you can see, I've got my High Country director's chair. It's actually pretty damn comfortable. It's got that side table on it, so you put your food and your drinks and stuff, whatnot there. Pretty sure these little grooves there are specifically for like putting like a phone or tablet in, so nice. And you've got a couple pockets on the side here, a little bit of extra storage. First off, it's got just a few little tool things. So you got your axe, it's like a digging trowel kind of thing, and then like a little like garden saw kind of thing, just to make clearing up a bit of wood and whatnot processing a bit easier. Next, this is the fun bit. This is an Ozito electric chainsaw with an electric plug on it, which might look pretty stupid to most people, but it means that I can run it off of my car with the vehicle to load functionality. Vehicle to loader can do a maximum pull of about 3.3 in one go, 3.3 kilowatts. And for continuous usage, it can do about 2.2 kilowatts. And this pulls 1.8. So, and I've tried it, I've used it before. Actually works pretty well, which I'll show you later on. And what I got here, this is my Zempire Pronto 4, which is, it's a fairly large, accommodating air tent. It can fit 4 people pretty comfortably, a little squish, but pretty comfortably, but it's more than enough for my needs and just fits my perfect sleeping setup. Camping wise at the very least. Couple tubs just full of different bibs and bobs for the camping setups. Good old ground sheet. This is my queen size double high air mattress, and this is proper thick. I would say if you compare it to this chair here, probably goes up to about here, like from ground to up. That's how thick the air mattress is. And the fact that I can inflate it using the built-in pump plugged into the car, it's bloody fantastic, I'll tell you. Here's my pack-up camping kitchen that I bring in, that will be able to sit up front under the awning of the tent, so it makes the whole cooking setup a lot easier. Is my 2-person 0-degree sleeping bag. So while it's just me tonight, it's very nice to know that I will be very comfortable and cozy in this. But a couple other bits and pieces in the car, but I'll show you that as I'm putting it up. I'll be able to show you all the bits and pieces. So without further ado, I think it's about time to get into that time lapse. Not bad looking, hey? I know the time lap makes it look like it was a lot quicker. That took me about 20 minutes. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad looking at all, is it? I'm gonna take you inside real quick. You can see, actually, pretty well sized. And I don't know how well you can see me, but like, I'm about 5'10", 5'11". I got heaps of standing room in here. And I can lay out directly like that, lay out directly like that. Though, in a minute, you're gonna see why that won't be much of a problem. So really, next port of call is I'm going to set up the kitchen just down there. And I'm going to set up the bed with the sleeping bags. I'll do all the other last minute things. I get them all organized, and then we're gonna have then we can sit and have an actually decent chat. I did a terrible job of keeping it in frame, but that there's a kitchen. This is the vehicle to load adapter that I was mentioning before, which is really, really simple. First, pull out the AC plug, and then you put this plug here. And now, with these 2 outlets just here, you have the perfect start to an electric camping setup. And now, to utilize the vehicle to load technology, I will now pump up my inflatable mattress and set up the bed. So it'll be a lot longer for me than it will be for you. first, get it out of its carry bag, and then we'll roll it out. Alright, and now with it laid out, I can show you this is the pump and the little storage compartment for the cable, where I will plug it into extension lead here, begin the long inflation process for me. Looks like we're nearly done. Now that, how about that for a camping bed? I mean, granted, it takes up almost all of the floor space, but it's what I anticipated. And what I've been thinking that I can do for when I'm actually not sleeping is I should just be able to put it against the far wall. So you can just sit like that when I'm actually not using it. And then that way, if I actually want to sit in here, I now actually have a decent amount of room to do so. Like, you know, if it's like absolutely pouring or something, I know it's not going to do that today. I was very careful making sure that it wasn't going to rain. I'll tell you about that later. But yeah, if anything, I can actually just sit, really relax here. And then when I want to sleep, I'll just lay it back down again. I'll put it back down and I'll show you the sleeping bag. Comes with they're two small pillows, but they're really soft and actually really comfortable when you carry it against the head of the bed, which actually has a kind of a inbuilt inflated pillow into it. So you just put that on top of it and you get actually a pretty comfortable supportive pillow. And with that there, that is a pretty comfortable bed, I'd say. I mean, doesn't that look comfortable? I can tell you, I've slept on it a number of times and it is bloody comfy. It does deflate overnight, especially in the colder temperatures, which, given I'm currently in the middle of winter, it's going to be very cold tonight, but that's why I don't mind pushing the boundaries, because I know in the summer it'll be a bit better when the air's warmer and it will keep the bed more inflated. But how about that for a bed, huh? Oh, guess who the idiot was? Billy forgot to talk about the bloody fridge. Yeah, it's modest. I don't know if I actually mentioned that I had the fridge, but it's pretty modest. So I've got it plugged into the vehicle to load adapter there, and I just got it in there because I got a bit of bacon and a bit of sausage for dinner and brekkie. But yeah, so that's it. Like, actually, like, tucked in quite well with the kitchen. Had to move it over a little bit to get some room, but it sits there quite nicely. It's got all the ventilation it needs for its compressor that's built in. Yeah, I completely forgot to mention it, and I just wanted to show it real quick. And you might call this a sucky move, but given that the last few nights they've been 1 degree, 0 degrees, came home last night from a mate's place, car said -6. I've gotten a bit of extra insurance with me. Now, I highly doubt, given the well-ventilated nature of this tent, that it's going to keep me warm. But with all goes to worst, I'm hoping that it provides me a little bit of warmth. Just a little bit. Something. I don't know. But yeah, it's not going to set anything on fire. I've calculated the risk, and I think the risk of possibly being a little warm in a freezing night outweighs it. Famous last words? Alright, well, I've largely gotten everything that I need organized, set up. As you can see, got the whole cooking setup there. And there with my George Foreman griddle, electric of course. It goes straight down here. I've got an actual kettle to use to make myself a nice hot drink such. I got me water container. Oh, correct. I got light, and if you can see there, light hanging from the ceiling inside the tent. So those will be great for when it starts actually getting dark. And given that it's absolutely beautiful day today, I don't think I'll need them. I won't need to turn them on for a good few hours at the very least. But yeah, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a nice, like a little fire pit somewhere over here. So I'll clear up some of the ground, just get rid of some of the grass, expose some dirt. And then once I've done that, I will show you the using of my electric chainsaw with some of the wood that's behind the tent and process some of that up. And yeah, then we'll just see how we go from there. I mean, I only wanted a little fire anyway, but I think that should work pretty well and pretty nice. And now we're going to move on to the fun bit. We're going to cut some wood. All right, let's use this bad boy. Makes my job easier. May not look like I did a whole lot, which in reality I probably didn't do that much. I mean, I've cut up all that, and there's all these sticks and branches that I can make up to kindling after I process them. But yeah, what I might do is just start splitting up some of this wood, my handy dandy axe over there, and I'll see how much I've got, because I'm only doing one night, so it's not like I need heaps. Very happy with that chainsaw. I am very happy. and that'll be fine. That half can get the fire started, that half can fuel it. And now that I'm tuckered out, move this wood over there, and then I might actually have a bit of a sit down and a nice relax. Like I said, I know it's not much, but I'm yet to get the king one. Let's take things a little easier now. Not a bad little pile either. And I've now decided that it might not be just enough wood. This is Maisie, by the way. Okay, hi Maisie. Yeah, I decided I need wood. So this is just right next to the other side of the tent. So I'm just gonna get some of these thicker pieces. I'll add it. That look like a bit nicer a wood pile for one night? I think so. And with that, I think I deserve a bloody sit down. Battery's getting low, so I'll make this one just a little quick conclusion after doing all the firewood and setting up the tent and everything. I want to be full disclosure on this. This is deliberately not meant to look like a really tough camping setup. I'm literally camped out in my parents' back paddock because I had a really bad experience trying to do the actual first video. That was this. I decided I wanted to visit a friend who lives up in Harrington in New South Wales, and it's right near next to the beach, and it was a beautiful camping spot. And I thought, I know, haven't seen them in ages, I'll go up there and surprise them. And while I'm doing it, I'll have a camping video to do because I wanted to do some camping while I was there. And I also videoed the actual like charging, like going up through from A to B doing the charging. And it was a bloody long way from where I am. So I'm down in Wangaratta in Victoria. Harrington, New South Wales is a couple hours north of Newcastle. So it's a good, for an electric car person, in one go, it takes about 15 to 15 and a half hours to get there. So it was a long bloody trip. I got there and it was pissing rain, absolutely pissing rain. And I set up the tent in the pissing rain, and the rain was so heavy that the awning was barely coping in keeping me dry. So I wasn't able to set up any of my kitchen area or anything. So I couldn't cook, I couldn't make anything. I slept the night in the tent after setting up the tent in the pitch dark in the rain. Next day, and it just got worse, and I never got a chance to actually film any camping stuff. I filmed the charging trip up, and I did small little reviews of the chargers up along the way. I did four or five stops. I mean, if anyone actually wants to see that, I've still got the video, so if anyone wants to see that, like, you know, pop down a comment, say, show us the video, show us the failure, and maybe I'll put it up. And yeah, it really bummed me out. This is a completely controlled situation, so I know that it's not raining. I know for a bloody fact it's not going to rain, but it is going to be very cold. So that's one thing that I do have to be aware of. It's going to be very cold, but I'm going to actually have a fire, because I never got to do a fire up there either. I got my kitchen set up, so I'll actually be able to cook, I'll be able to have a fire, I'll be able to actually do it. So yeah, that's basically what this situation is at the moment. So I've got backup, worst case scenario, run over to my parents' house, grab what I need there. I actually grabbed the extension lead, that yellow one you might have seen on the ground, so I could move around with the chainsaw and not be absolutely tied to the vehicle to load charger. Vehicle to load adapter, I should say. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the setup at the moment, so I think I'll just have a nice sit down. I might even grab myself a drink, and once I've charged up my phone, charged up the gimbal, I'll do up the fire and we'll have ourselves a nice little sit down. Well, I'll catch you there in a second. You got a warm bun? Well, now that I've got what I think is actually a pretty nice fire going, I've come to the realization that I don't think I have enough wood, because pine burns pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab out the chainsaw, chop up a bit more wood, and then after I've done that, I feel like I'm satisfied, I might get started on some dinner. I think it'll be a good idea. All right, now that I've gotten a good bit more of the wood on, fire's burning nicely, currently not burning the place down, so I think it might be a good idea to do a bit of the cooking now. Given that this is just the first camp, I didn't want to do anything too much, or anything else too much effort at the very least. Right now it's just going to be a nice sausages and bread, but in the morning I'll have something a bit nice and special. But at the moment, just a nice good bit of sausages and bread. Let's get into it. First things first, got me sausages. Oh, these ones are absolutely beautiful. These are feta and rosemary lamb sausages. They are so bloody nice. Probably just get them, I just get them at Woolies, because they're, well, I mean, they're Woolies branded, but they are really, really nice sausages. I highly recommend them. And then we just got a good bit of Marty sauce, bit of mustard. Might work if I actually plug it in. Turn it up. And I'll get this nice and warmed up. It's funny enough, it's the only actual sharp knife I have. This is my Frost. I mean, technically it's a wood carving knife, but it's sharp and it's a knife. My dad gave it to me, and I've actually spent a little bit of time getting it back into a decent working order. So it's be my primary camping knife, which I'm now using to cut open packaging. Cut up these sausage links. Only issue is this awning. It's too fucking short. If I was shorter, that would make things a lot easier, but unfortunately that's not the deck of cards we've got. Oh yes. That's better. This makes things a lot easier. I'm loving this. I genuinely am. Like it's a little thing. It's really simple. But I've been wanting to do this for ages. Just little camping trip. Just to do this. I've been really itching to do this. And I know it's gonna be bloody cold, and I probably won't do it very often once it's in the winter times. But I really wanted to do this, and I'm really glad that I took the time to do this. I was tempted this morning to call it off and to not bother with it. But I'm really glad that I pushed through with it and I've actually done it. So I'm actually really enjoying myself. Yeah, the whole thing, like the cutting up the wood and setting everything up and making the fire. I genuinely enjoy it. So I'm very happy actually. We'll see how we feel in the morning. Oh god, it's gonna be cold. I'll come back to you when I finish cooking and show you my finished product. And there we have a beautiful lamb sausage. All beautifully cooked and ready to be devoured. I'll be honest, I'm hungry, so I think I might just eat them. I'll try and do some shots of me sitting with the fire, but yeah, I think I might just enjoy myself. Have a good dinner. I think tonight was been a proper success. Like, dinner was really nice. The sausages were beautiful, fully cooked even, so that's always a bonus. It is getting pretty chilly, but the fire is just bloody lovely. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is a thing of beauty. You can't really get much better than a good fire on a camping trip. Even though this is just in my parents' back paddock. It's not adventurous, but it's mine. And God, I don't know if you could be able to see the stars with my camera, but bloody hell, it's beautiful. Get some of this washing up done. Got myself some nice suds and sponge. Got everything in the sink that I need to clean, and then I'll wipe off the griddle, put everything into the drying rack, let it dry overnight. I'll check back in once I've gone to bed. Might just enjoy myself, I think. Hope you guys enjoy your night as well. Catch you in a minute. Wanted to do one real quick check-in though. Look at the battery percentage. Remember at 1 o'clock, we started at 77%. It's currently just shy of 7 o'clock. We are at 75%. I have used the chainsaw, I've inflated the bed, I've cooked on the griddle, I've been running the fridge the whole time. And that is how much I've used. I've used 2%. If I haven't told you that it's amazing, it's amazing. Alright guys, I gotta tell you, it's pretty cold outside, but mad thing, this thing's actually working. At first it wasn't working very well, it was not happy, I think because it banged around the car a bit too much, but look, it says 15 degrees in here. I'm not against that idea, because outside it's less than 5, but like right now, I've had this thing on for like minutes. Like I turned it on, I've gotten changed in my pajamas, and it is so nice in here. I'm not even joking. And it's like this, all the ventilation in the roof, like the ceiling is warm. I'm genuinely shocked that it's working this well. And like, you can't, like, you don't feel anything on the side. Like on like this side, no temperature, no temperature, no temperature. The table right there in front of it, it's cold. Right above it, pretty much cold. The bed in front of it right here is cold still, or cooler to the touch. So like, it's just warming up this air right here in front of it, and I am toasty in here actually. This is fantastic. I am so freaking happy. But yeah, like, this should make getting up in the morning a lot easier, because if it hasn't turned off by the time I wake up, then I'll just whack it on, tent will heat up real quick, I can get dressed, and then bang, hop outside, make some brekkie. I'm loving the idea. This is going fantastically. Like, the difference between this and last time, massive difference. Honestly, I could not be happier. Yeah, like this has been great. I actually can't wait to get up in the morning. Weird. I've never had that before. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great sleep. I hope I have a great sleep. I'll catch you tomorrow morning. See you then. It's cold. What a beautiful day. Oh, good morning everyone. We didn't tell you it was going to be a cold morning. It is bloody cold. There's frost on everything. Oh, hope you can see the car properly. Look how frosted up that is. It's like, don't know how well you can see that. Jeez. It is cold. It is cold, cold, cold. It's actually the one thing I didn't consider with the battery. Electric car batteries don't like the cold. I just checked the battery before. I'll show you what. 34%. I was using the little heater. I've actually still got it going on in the tent, just when I'm ready to get changed. I had that going the whole night. Yeah, I would not be surprised if a lot of that power draw came from the heater. But yeah, I definitely forgot to expect that the cold, the absolute cold, was going to take a toll on the battery. So that was my mistake. But yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get myself dressed. Hopefully getting into my regular clothes is not as cold as being in my pajamas. And then I might whack up the fire, because it's looking a bit frosty itself. And then I'll make some brekkie. Fire going. Next protocol, make myself Nice hot drink. Ah, look at that. Even that's a beautiful sight for a frosty, chilly morning, then I don't know what is. Milo. My secret? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teaspoons of Milo. Naught more, naught less. Wrists are feeling a bit sore. Last night off camera, went and took my parents' dog back to them. She was being a bit annoying. Didn't see the guy ropes. Bloody tripped on it. Landed on my wrists. So, they were pretty sore through the night, and they're still pretty sore, so... sure I'm fine, but it's just sore. Steam? Oh, that's nice. Well, typically, I wouldn't pour the boiling hot water directly into the Milo, because I find that burns the Milo, and then you don't get to actually control how much water you want in. But given that I don't have anything to warm my milk up, because that's typically my recipe, you warm up the milk in the microwave, and then you mix in the Milo, and then you put in hot water, and it makes a nice, delicious hot drink. But given that I haven't got a milk frother yet being the key word, but I will otherwise still enjoy a nice warm drink. Bloody beautiful. It's cold actually. But you know, now that the sun's come out and a lot of the frost is melting, it's not actually that bad. I might actually just be dressed appropriately, of course, but it is actually quite nice weather. I mean, the sunshine, if I could get some, would be beautiful. More in the car would be better. What I might do is I might just sit with the fire a bit longer and finish my drink, and then after that I'll make up some brekkie. Alright, and now brekkie time. You may be wondering, what's for brekkie? Got myself some bacon, maple syrup, Eichlitz, little bacon pancake sandwiches with maple syrup in them. Get these out ready as well, so I can warm up the pikelets while cooking the bacon. Aren't I clever? There we go. Good thing it doesn't need to be too tall. Might just take those pikelets off before they do actually burn. Honestly, I don't think I need to do much longer on the bacon. Browning beautifully. Me thinks they're ready. Nice, quick breakfast. You can go on top. You go on top there. And then you go on top of that. Now, it'd be pretty stupid to put the maple syrup actually on them, because that'll just be messy as hell. So what I'll do is just put it on the side, and then I'll dip them in. There we go. Now that's good tucker. Oh, I'm excited. Dip that in the gob. Oh my goodness. It's so simple. It's so good. I mean, genuinely, you can't go wrong with beautiful salty bacon, sweet maple syrup, and soft, pillowy pancakes. And sitting in front of a bloody brilliant fire, it's nice and hot, with nice hot food. So nice, I'll go back for another. A nice, beautiful second helping. Had an odd amount of bacon this time, so 1.5 pieces of bacon in each, rather than 2. I'd also like to take a moment just to say that I've actually really enjoyed this. This has been a lot more successful than I feared it wouldn't be, because of that first camping trip I told you about, the one I took up to Harrington to see my friends. Just that one was incredibly difficult for me, just because of how many things went wrong. And I knew, like, I could have so easily avoided it being a terrible thing. So I arrived in town and it was pissing rain. I drove past my friend's house and I could have just said, you know what, it's raining, probably not a good idea. I'll just go there, spend the night, maybe do it in the morning. But no, I decided, no, I'm too eager and too impatient to want to make a video, and I pushed on anyways. And I never got any footage out of it anyway, because I was struggling to hold my phone as a torch while trying to set up the tent in the pitch dark, pissing rain. And I thought things would be better in the morning. Nah. The rain just kept going. So much rain that I basically abandoned the tent and I sat in my car and I was figuring out what I was going to do next. Then I look over and the awning had so much water in it, because it's not good at draining water, because it's got it's like a dip in the awning. And it gathered so much water in it, it just collapsed. And the whole standing space where the ground sheet was just got absolutely soaked. I just gave up there, and then I packed up everything that wasn't the tent and I went straight to my friend's house. But I've just really wanted to do just a camping setup and actually get to film it and actually have a good time. And I'm very happy to say that I have had a really nice time. You know, I played it super safe. I mean, it wasn't exactly like primo conditions. It was still bloody cold last night. It was bloody cold getting up this morning. But I really wanted a chance to do this properly. And I'm so glad that I did, because I feel so good right now. And I feel really glad that I could take whoever is watching this with me, just to show a little bit of what it is that I want to do. And obviously I do plan on going to some actual camping locations, because in my section of Victoria there are some beautiful camping spots around. So I do plan on doing some actual camping on actual camping grounds. And I'm so looking forward to it. Very likely my next camping trips, I'll be bringing my fiance. I wouldn't put it out of the question that a couple of my mates wouldn't mind coming on a camping trip with me. And then my parents, who are also very keen campers, though they've gotten a bit soft on it in these more recent years, because they got a massive caravan that they tow behind their car. But I know they wouldn't be going on a camping trip with me. So while this was more the proof of concept, this one was more the proof of concept, to show that I could do it and just to put pen to paper in a figurative sense. And I'm really happy that I have. And now I can actually put some effort into planning some more proper camps in the future. And when the weather warms up, that's when it'll become even better. Alright, well, let the fire die down. Also, my fiance has arrived. She's going to help me pack up. And yeah, so I'm going to pack up the inside of the tent first. And once I've done that, then I'll pack up the kitchen. And then I'll pack up the tent. And then I'll give my final notes. And I'll do the final battery percentage and everything. And then we'll finish up. So, hope you enjoy the packing up. Packing setup's all done, everything's all cleared, and I'm buggered. No, I want to give a massive shout out to my dad and my mum, who's not here, for letting me camp in the back paddock for the night, and to my fiance for helping me to pack up, and that'll do that camping trip. Not sure when the next one will be, but it'll be somewhere a lot more further away from helicopters. One last thing before I go, completely forgot. Finishing percentage, 32%. See that just there? So yeah, I know I was saying that it's very economical doing the camping using an electric car. Let me put a caveat on that: when you're not using a heater for like 10 hours. I haven't used the heater in the camping setup before, so I just didn't think it was going to take up that much power. That's just what it is. If it's something that you plan on doing at all in the future, or if I plan on doing it again in the future, just make sure you've got a very full battery pack. If you need to charge up, make sure you do it. Thank you so much for coming with me. If you liked it, leave a like, comment, maybe even subscribe. Hopefully I have more videos coming your way, and thanks for coming with me. See you later.